All right, fellas. The Steelers were able to get a nice victory. What was it? 34-12, I believe the victory was. 34-12.
Correct. Yep. 34-12.
Over the Cincinnati Bengals. And I know, Ken, that you all talked about it a whole lot during the post-game show.
We sure did. We got quarterback changes. We got quarterback injuries. We got players ejected. So we got a lot to talk about. So let's jump right into it.
One of the topics that came out of that particular game, and Mike Tomlin addressed it a little bit during his weekly press conference, who should be the Steelers quarterback this week, given that Aaron Rodgers went down with an injury in the game, hurt his left wrist. I understand there's a fracture based on what Mike Tomlin said today in his press conference. Surgery won't happen. I'm not saying it's not needed.
Ooh.
But somebody's trying to play ball.
Yeah.
Somebody's trying to play ball, so no surgery.
I tip my cap to it.
Okay.
I tip my cap to Aaron Rodgers for, wanting to be here with his team, wanting to stay in. Mm-hmm. I appreciate that, even though he might be injured. But I appreciate that.
Excellent. Now, given the situation and the way Mason Rudolph played, who do you feel should be the quarterback this week? I want to throw it over to my boy Keith.
To be honest with you, I would sit Aaron Rodgers this week. I would just sit him just in case. I watched the press conference earlier, and I heard some keywords where they're trying to figure out a way, I guess, to give you some type of padding to stabilize the fracture. Structure. So you got to do all that. Then why not just go with Mason, man? Because you're going to Chicago, man. They're gonna be trying to go at that hand, man. Where that fracture is. So why not give him another week off? Let it heal a little bit more, and you go with Mason, who's a seasoned veteran, and he seems to always play good when he's in the Steelers uniform, man. So I would go with Mason Rudolph this week, and I'm confident that he can get the job done in Chicago.
Okay, even though Aaron Rodgers owned the Chicago Bears.
I've been thinking about that.
He went into Chicago a few years ago and told them, I'm your dad.
Yeah, I own you.
I own you. Right? I own you. So I knew directly after the game that if Aaron Rodgers could play in this particular game, he would do everything he could to play in this particular game.
If he cannot play, let me take a step back. If he has to have padding on his hand, so one, it's going to be cold in Chicago, right?
Well, actually, it's not.
Well,
it's not. I checked the forecast.
The high is 55.
Yeah, that ain't bad.
Yeah,
that ain't bad
not at all.
All right.
For Chicago in November?
And I think sunny too, right?
Oh,
okay.
wow.
I think sunny.
Looks like right now.
We got a break.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a break.
Not as cold as we thought it would be.
Uh-huh.
But when you're on the Lake Erie, right? Is that Lake Erie right there? Lake Superior?
Michigan.
I think it's Michigan.
Oh,
yeah.
Lake Superior.
Man.
We need to have a geography class.
Yeah, we do. What did I say? I was thinking of Cleveland.
Yeah.
So when you're right there off Lake Michigan and that wind's blowing, it gets a little chilly. But either way, that's neither here nor there. If he can go and he can grip the ball correctly, right? Because he'll need two hands, right? He needs two hands. If he can go, I think I want him out there. I think I do because he knows the Bears.
Yeah.
And I think we need to think, is this a must-win game for us? Because we go into a gauntlet here pretty soon.
Mm-hmm. NFC game, though.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
But, every game, every win counts, right?
It does.
And
this is a first-place team, too, man.
And we're going to be stacking up some losses. Or I don't want to be stacking up some losses as we go into the end of the season. So if he can play, he needs to be on the field.
You raised a good point, though, Ken. Even though it's not his throwing risk, it's his non-throwing risk.
Mm-hmm.
But from a timing standpoint, okay, that could be a factor.
Yeah,
it's kind of like in baseball, that front leg. You set your timing up for your swing, stepping forward with that front leg, right?
Yep.
So with your left hand, I would think, there's a slight pressure that you put on the ball and you release it later.
Sure.
Okay, even though he throws the ball, his release is very quick.
Sure, but even when you're, running out of the pocket a little bit or scrambling just a little bit, and the quarterbacks, when they have two hands on the ball, the defenders come from behind and swat that ball
Right, you
out.
might have to grip it or
Yeah,
something. Why even take that chance?
It's such a high risk. I would really prefer seeing, okay, what is he going to wear? How big is it? Is it getting in the way of his throwing? Is it throwing off his balance? Is it throwing off his timing? Because his timing's been a little off the past few games anyway.
Yeah.
And seemed like it got a little better, though, last game.
Maybe a little bit.
I thought Mason came right in, man, and was going down the field.
Mason did come in.
He was stretching the field, man. I thought we found something right there.
But we've seen that story before.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have.
We've seen that story. And can Mason be a spot start for a week? I think he can.
Yeah, we've seen him do it. Remember, we needed those wins?
Definitely can.
Yeah.
Developed that rapport with Pickens. We was all right, man. People sleep him.
Yeah.
Dude is good, man.
Yeah, but you say Rodgers, and you're saying
I'm saying go
Rudolph.
with Mason this week.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Mason.
if there's any question as to Aaron Rodgers not being able to grip the ball, if it throws anything off for him, then sit him down.
Yeah.
Right? If he's healthy and he can go, and it's not going to be a detriment to his throwing or handling the ball, I should say, then sit him. Then he can go. Otherwise, sit him down and let's put our boy in.
I'll go with Rodgers. Okay, for mainly there's a few reasons. Like I said,
familiarity,
the Chicago factor. I do believe he's a better quarterback than Mason Rudolph.
Sure.
However, there's a lot of benefit in this particular situation.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Tomlin talked about it during his press conference today from a standpoint of having options, right? Having options, okay? He wasn't talking about the quarterback situation, but it applies to the quarterback situation. He has options. It makes it more difficult for Chicago to plan. So they don't know. They could plan for Rodgers, but it might be Rudolph, depending on how practice goes. He said that Rodgers will probably be down tomorrow.
Yeah, till the end of the week. We'll see.
And he'll see at the end of the week. So Chicago has to plan for both of these quarterbacks, which they're totally different.
They are totally different. Yeah. And
even though they're not running quarterbacks, they have different games.
Right. Yeah, and I'll be honest. I'm glad that we're not in the situation we were in last year, where we have Justin Fields as our secondary quarterback.
Sure.
I feel more comfortable having Mason Rudolph at this point in his career. Right.
Yeah.
He looks settled in that pocket. You nailed it, right? He came in ready to go.
Yeah.
And that was such a kind of breath of fresh air when the crowd comes out and they are fired up to see Mason Rudolph. We love our backup quarterbacks here, and he has always done us right. And I'm glad his feet aren't, all over the place anymore. He's throwing the ball well. So if we need to lean on Mason, he will get the job done.
Definitely.
And I think...
And keep in mind, there were only 2 possessions that he played for. It wasn't a whole lot.
He could have done 30.
It wasn't a whole lot.
And I know, and I say that with, tongue in cheek a little bit, because like I said, we have seen this story before.
Okay.
Right? And we have seen Mason. He has a ceiling.
He does.
Yeah,
he does. But he could definitely relieve.
Yeah.
Right. He could definitely relieve. So we'll see what happens the rest of the week and on Sunday.